Hey guys, it's Spiffy Guy and I'm back here with another food episode. And this time we're taking a page out of the trailcooking.com's blog and we're going to make some gummy zucchinis. We're going to use the Nesco dehydrator and only 2 ingredients in this recipe. It's a good way to get veggies on the trail and it's super easy to make. So let's get to it. Alright, so as I mentioned, you only need 2 ingredients for this particular recipe. We're going to use zucchini, of course, and we're going to use a fruit juice concentrate. This one is a 100% orange juice. You could use like pink lemonade, you could use fruit punch, regular lemonade, grapefruit juice, whatever you want to try. This is the first time I'm doing it, so I figured I'd stick kind of with the recipe and use the frozen orange juice here. We're going to need zucchini. They say anywhere from 8 to 12 cups. I do not have 8 to 12 cups here. I only had 1 zucchini out there that was ready and a half of one in the fridge. So I'm just going to use that, and if I have any leftover liquid or whatever, such as life, but I figured I'd try it with what I had. So the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to peel, wash our zucchini, and then we're going to peel it, and we're going to cut it lengthwise, and use a spoon and scoop out all of the seeds. And then you'll cut it into strips about a 1/2 inch wide, and then we're looking for chunks that are about a 1/2 inch by a 1/2 inch. You don't want to go too big. You want to be able to get it all nice and dehydrated the way it needs to be. So let's do that. Alright, so once you have your zucchini all washed and peeled and de-seeded and chunkified, we're going to go ahead and stick it in with our juice and water. What we're going to do is we're going to take the 1 container of juice and then 1 more container of water. We're going to stick that into a good pot that's non-reactive, and we're going to bring that to a boil, stick in our zucchini, and then let it simmer for about 30 minutes. Alright, so bring that up to a boil and then drop it back down to a simmer. And essentially you're going to cook this for 20-30 minutes. You want the zucchini to be soft and tender, not too mushy, and fairly translucent. Although that color may be affected by whatever juice you're using. If you're using like a cranberry or a like a pink lemonade, you're going to get a colored product at the end of it. So just keep that in mind. And so once this is ready, then we'll drain it in a colander. Just get some of that excess juice off, and then stick it up on our dehydrator sheets. Alright, so once we're done boiling, cooking and all that sort of thing, I put them in the colander, let them drain for a little bit. They're still a little warm, so be careful when scooping them out. Use a spoon or a spatula or something. Don't use your hands because you'll burn yourself. I'm using the Nesco Professional again, but I am using the little mesh tray inserts just to keep them from sticking. It's a little bit easier to peel sticky things up off of the mesh ones than the actual trays themselves. So I've got 4 trays here. It's not really a whole lot, but I think I could have used a little bit more zucchini, but I only have 5 trays total, so I think it's 5 trays. Anyway, so I wouldn't have had that much room left anyway. So make sure that any of the bigger chunks, this is the part where you want to cut them if they look a little bit too big. And we're going to set it on 135 degrees, which on my Nesco is the fruit and vegetables setting. So, and that's about, what is it, 57°C? So there you go. And we're going to run it for 8 to 12 hours. So we'll see what it looks like when it's all done. Alright, so what is the final outcome of our dehydration process? You can see here we have some nice sized gummies. I dehydrated them for about 8 hours, 8.5 maybe. They were not moist, but they were still bendable. So kind of think like a raisin or a dried apricot, although they're kind of moist. But that's what I was going for. My intent would be to keep these in the freezer until I'm ready. I separated them into 2 bags and I'll bring them along. They taste pretty decent. They have a little orange juice flavor to them, and that's all right. Not as much flavor as I was hoping for, which is fine. They are what they are. I think next time I would use something a little bit more tart, like a lemonade or a pink lemonade. I don't really know why you would specifically use juice concentrate. as maybe it's just cheaper than buying regular juice, or it's a little bit packed with more flavor. I think one option is I could have raised the amount of zucchini that I used and ended up with more product at the end, because I still had plenty of the juice, you know, the liquid to cook in. But having something with a little bit more tart flavor or a little bit more sweeter flavor, I think would be a little bit better. Perhaps adding some sugar, you know, to the recipe to sweeten it up a little bit, depending upon what kind of juice you're using. So those are just some initial thoughts. We'll try these trail snacks out there and see how it all goes. But super easy recipe, definitely worthwhile looking into. I'm sure you could do this with squash and that sort of thing as well, to get a little bit more vegetables in your gullet out on the trail, because that's what it's all about. So anyway, there you go. That is the recipe for gummy zucchini, as I found on the internet. So if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and post them below. I certainly would like to hear what you guys are doing. How do you dehydrate your food and bring it out on the trail? Because it's definitely worthwhile having those veggies. So just remember that life's an adventure, and go out and have one. And eat some gummy zucchinis while you do it.